Today on 411 Outdoors, we're going to be taking a look at two of Cold Steel's bats, the Brooklyn Basher and the Brooklyn Crusher. Stay tuned. Thanks so much for taking time to watch this video. I hope you find it helpful and resourceful. If you're not a subscriber, I'd be pumped to have you as one. Just don't forget to click the bell so that you get all your notifications. Let's get going. Some of you may not even be familiar with the fact that Cold Steel, one of the most famous knife companies in the world, actually makes bats. But then again, they make a little bit of everything. These are not only baseball bats, but they are deemed as an indestructible bat. There's a lot of different sizes to these bats, but I chose the ones in the middle. I've got the Basher and the Crusher. Now, the Basher here is only about 24 inches, but it's got a good feel to it. It's not the longest bat in the world, but it's good for close quarters. The Crusher's got about 5 inches on it. The Crusher is the closest thing to more of a traditional size bat. Now, one size up from this is the Brooklyn Smasher, and then they've got one more called the Brooklyn Whopper. Both of these are made from polypropylene. Now, your Basher is about 1.72 pounds. Your Crusher is about 2.5 pounds. So why don't we just cut the bull and keep it real? When Cold Steel decides to make a baseball bat, I think you and I both know why they made the baseball bat. You may say, to play baseball, Daniel. Sure, you can play baseball with it. But why does Cold Steel really make the things that they do? It's because Cold Steel is all about defense weapons, okay? And obviously this thing has a multi-purpose use, such as playing baseball, such as home defense, such as purge weapon, such as zombie killer. The cool thing is you can choose your option. If you like a short bat, they got it. If you like a mid-sized bat, they've got it. If you like a big old long bat, they got that too. But in the meantime, I've got a cinder block that needs an attitude adjustment. Safety first. I think we're gonna start off with the Brooklyn Crusher. I've already added some lizard skin tape on this. Let's get cracking. Woo! You can just wipe the residue off with a little soap and water. Keep going. The Brooklyn Basher says, give me a piece of the action. Oh boy. Look me in the eye, my friend. No baseball, carjacker, or home invader wants anything to do with these, trust me. There's always frozen water balloons as well. What? Tried to own that water balloon. I got owned in the meantime. That one didn't have a chance to freeze all the way. Let's do some cracking with the Brooklyn Basher with some that are a little bit more frozen. With this last frozen water balloon, I'm going to be calling on the assistance of the Brooklyn Crusher. The Brooklyn Basher has done good against these very solid chunks of ice, but I'm feeling that jar in my hands. You know, the short bat, it's got some power, but I don't think it's going to compare to the leverage and the swing of the Crusher. Let's give it a go. That last swing wasn't my best, but the Brooklyn Crusher definitely gave me a lot more leverage and power against those frozen balls of ice. Once again, I want to show you the size difference in these bats. You can see the Basher is significantly smaller than the Crusher. The next size up from the Crusher is the Smasher. It's the Brooklyn Smasher and then the Brooklyn Whopper. I think the Brooklyn Smasher and the Brooklyn Whopper, they're pretty good sized bats. I feel like the Brooklyn Crusher just kind of sits right there in the middle and it gives you a lot of leverage and power. I'm sure I'd be surprised if I swung the others as well, but this Crusher is really awesome. If I had to choose between one of these, I would go with the Crusher. I'd spend a few more dollars. But you know, the Brooklyn Basher is very useful as well because, you know, a short bat, you know, in close quarters comes in handy as well. If you've seen the movie Office Space, this next scene's probably going to be a little bit more comical to you because I most definitely had to take a page out of their book with this one. You see this monitor right here? It won't do right. It's no longer serving my purposes and I just don't appreciate it. What's your deal? Why don't you work anymore? Maybe this will help you figure it out. Any last words? I didn't think so. Something about a good baseball bat that just brings out the savage in you. Savage on the baseball field, savage when you gotta lay down the law, my friend. And I definitely like this better with the lizard skin tape on it, and I'm gonna be getting some for my Brooklyn Basher here as well. When you combine heavy and indestructible, this is what you get. Brooklyn Crusher, 29 inches, 2.5 pounds, polypropylene, indestructible. The Brooklyn Basher, 24 inches, indestructible, polypropylene, for whatever task you need. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.